Queen Elizabeth II is probably the first royal person who comes to mind when we talk about them. But let's leave it at that for now. Even though she has been queen longer than any other queen in history, that doesn't make her the richest. Here is a list of the 10 world's richest rulers, ranked by how much money they have. Bangkok's King Maha Vajiralongkorn, net worth thought to be $43 billion. Following his father's death in 2016, the 67-year-old king took the throne to take over his role. The Crown Property Bureau is in charge of taking care of his money. In Thailand, his family owns more than 16,210 acres of land and has 40,000 rental contracts all over the country, with 17,000 of them in the capital city. Besides that, the king owns a big part of both the Siam Cement Group and the Siam Commercial Bank. As if that wasn't enough, the Thai king owns the Golden Jubilee Diamond, which is the world's biggest cut and polished diamond. Thai people are aware of his lavish living and huge wealth. Because of this, Thai youth have been holding protests for a few months now to try to get the government to change the way things are done. The Sultan of Brunei, Hassan al-Bolkiah, net worth thought to be $28 billion. Hassan al-Bolkiah, the Sultan of Brunei, has been king or queen for longer than any other leader in the world. Only Queen Elizabeth II has a longer reign. His extra job as Prime Minister of Brunei gives him the power of an absolute ruler over the country. Some people say that he became rich by working in the oil and natural gas trading business. Everyone always thinks of the Sultan as one of the richest people in the world. The Astana Nurul Iman, where he lives, is called the largest residential palace in the world because it has more than 1,778 rooms. Besides that, it is said that the Sultan owns a fleet of more than 600 Rolls-Royce. The Saudi King Salman Abdulaziz bin Saud, net worth thought to be $18 billion. King Salman Abdulaziz bin Saud might be number 3 on this list. But if you look at how rich his family is, the Saud family of Saudi Arabia is the richest in the world. They are thought to be worth more than $1 trillion. Unlike many of the other people on this list, the King of Saudi Arabia is not just there for show. For hundreds of years, they have been the only source of authority and power in the oil peninsula. In addition to the money he and his family make from oil and businesses, they don't like people to know how much money they have or what they own. But everyone knows that they have some of the world's most expensive homes, cars, yachts, helicopters, private planes, art, and other things. The Emir of Abu Dhabi, Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, net worth thought to be $18 billion. He is both the President of the United Arab Emirates and the Emir of Abu Dhabi at the same time. But he is very rich because he is the head of the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority. This organization is in charge of the United Arab Emirates' extra oil assets and is thought to be worth $500 billion. There have been claims that the Sheikh owns a lot of land in London. His half-brother also owns Manchester City FC. But what he is most famous for is the good things he has done for others. The Emir of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, net worth thought to be $14 billion. Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who is Vice President of the United Arab Emirates and Emir Sheikh of Dubai, is thought to have been the main person who started important companies like DP World, Emirates Airlines, and the Jumeirah Group. Among the important projects he forgot to think about were the growth of the Palm Islands and the Burj Khalifa, as well as the change of Dubai into the futuristic village it is now. On top of that, he knows how to ride horses and is known as an Arabic artist. 6. The Grand Duke of Henry of Luxembourg, net worth thought to be $4 billion. The Duke and Duchess of Luxembourg live in Berg Castle with their 5 children and 4 grandkids, along with their spouses. Another thing that his family owns is a holiday home in Cabasson, which is in the south of France. It has also been said that since 1948, the royal family has been getting a salary of more than $300,000 a year to help them do their royal tasks. Liechtenstein's Prince Hans Adamayo, net worth thought to be $3.5 billion. The Prince of Liechtenstein owns the Liechtenstein Global Trust, which is the most successful family-run private wealth management business in all of Europe. He is now the richest king or queen in all of Europe because of this. He also really loves collecting art. The Museum of Liechtenstein has some of the most amazing pieces from his collection. Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. Net worth is thought to be $2.1 billion. The Sheikh of Qatar's wealth comes from the Qatar Investment Authority, which is in charge of handling the country's extra oil and gas reserves. The Sheikh of Qatar started the Qatar Investment Authority and is in charge of it. He also reportedly gave $137 million to Al Jazeera, which was the first global news network in the Arab world. Egypt's King Mohammed VI. Net worth thought to be $2.1 billion. A yearly salary of $488,604 was given to Mohammed VI, King of Morocco. King, though, is also a smart businessman and banker in addition to being king. The Société Nationale d'Investissement, SNI, is a group of companies that work in many areas. Most of the shares in SNI are owned by his family. A large part of his land is in the country that he owns as well. A story in Forbes says that the Moroccan government pays $960,000 a day to run his palace. The Prince of Monaco, Albert II. Net worth thought to be $1 billion. Prince Albert II's money comes from his shares in the Société des Bains des Mers de Monaco. This is the company that manages the money of the Monte Carlo Casino and the Opera de Monte Carlo. The movie Grace of Monaco was about his famous mother, Grace Kelly. Aside from that, he owns the house in Philadelphia that belonged to his mother. His 2011 wedding to Charlene Whitstock, an Olympic swimmer from South Africa, was one of the costliest weddings ever held anywhere in the world. Thanks for going on this trip with us. Now that it's over, we hope that the ideas we shared were helpful to you. Don't forget that every end is a new start. Don't stop being curious or inspired, and enjoy the events that are still to come. Stay curious,